Cool. What's up, everybody? So excited to have you here today for our first of a series of masterclasses we're going to be doing, training everyone on how to start adding more impact into your businesses. Our goal is to make giving a non-negotiable in every business in the world, and this is how we're going to start doing it. And so I've got a little bit of a presentation for you all today that we're going to run through. And at the end, if there's some time for some Q&A, would love to answer some of those questions. I love doing a roundtable at the end, talking about impact, supporting people, live training. I have nothing to sell on this call. I'm here purely just to serve you. I'm here to train. I'm here to teach. So by the end of this call, I want you all to feel that you have the knowledge and ability to go add impact into your business from a general census. It takes some work to get there. I do a lot of training with companies on how to actually implement it, but I want to at least give you the principles of how it works and how it operates. Is that something you guys are interested in today? Give me a little head nod, some action. Amazing. Some engagement in a virtual world always makes it a little bit nicer and a little bit more exciting for me as the host when I don't get a lot of interaction compared to maybe a crowd that we're working in. So our brand is Go Big to Give Big, and today we're talking about why all businesses need to add impact in 2024. I think you guys have all heard me talk about this in some capacity. If you've been on any of my social medias anywhere, this is my jam. This is where I love to go. Today's mission is to help you understand the power of making impact and how you can use that to grow your business and create more loyal customers. You'll see why as we go through this presentation, why loyal customers are going to be an important conversation, but also the power of why we want to grow our businesses because of this. So we do that by creating profitable businesses that incorporate an element of giving to it, so that as your sales scale and revenue, so does your giving, and in return helps bring more customers to repeat a full cycle. So we're building a cycle here where it's, hey, if I talk about my impact, more people might be interested in buying from me. And if more people are interested in buying from me, I can make a bigger impact. And if I make a bigger impact and I share about it, more people will want to buy from me. We're building regenerative businesses. That's what we're talking about today, is how do we actually build that. For those of you that don't know, my name is Randy Mullen. I'm the founder of Go Big to Give Big. I've probably helped over 100 plus companies now add giving initiatives over the past 5 years. We're starting to move into the nonprofit sector now. So we've helped over 10 nonprofits add impact initiatives, not impact initiatives, but help expand their impact initiatives into businesses. And a little bit of my background story is I was 25 years old. I was an electrician by trade. And my mentor at the time said to me, Randy, in 25 years, when you pay your house off, you're going to be financially free and living the dream. And I thought, wow, I'm on this path to retiring at 50 and everything's going to be amazing. Unfortunately, 2 weeks after that, my best friend passed away in a job site accident. And I watched my best friend die at 42 years old, which was the same guy that told me how great life was going to be when I was 50. That led me to go finding entrepreneurship, building a real estate investment company and saying, hey, I'm going to get so filthy rich that I never have to worry about anything again. And I'm going to be able to live my life to the fullest by the time I'm 30. That's trauma. That comes when happens when you lose somebody close to you, you make irrational decisions. And along that journey, I ended up building a very successful real estate investment company. And I also ended up burning myself out by the time I was 28 and having a non-epileptic seizure and putting myself in the hospital. And while I was in the hospital, I was doing some self-reflecting and trying to figure out what was next for me. Retiring at 50 wasn't the plan. Retiring at 30 wasn't the plan. What was next for me? And that's when I heard a quote that changed my life forever. It said, Randy, if you want to make $1 million a year, build a business that is 2 million, donate $1 million away, and you'll become the happiest millionaire out there. And that's when I realized that everything was going to shift for me. I no longer wanted to chase income. I wanted to chase impact. I no longer wanted to make money. I wanted to make support and help people. And I didn't want to become a 7-figure earner. I wanted to become a 7-figure giver. And I realized that if I became a 7-figure giver, if I gave $1 million away, I'd make a lot more money than I ever anticipated. I'd be able to do a lot more good in the world. And I'd probably become one of the happiest people on the planet. And so that's where I started chasing happiness through businesses. I committed that day forward that I'd only build businesses that made an impact in the world and that I was proud of. And I was going to redefine the way we looked at capitalism, because chasing money ended me up in the hospital. Chasing impact gave me purpose and meaning. And that's how I ended up beating burnout. We built a really successful real estate investment company. We went on to go do some really cool stuff with it. That's where we started our initiative of donating $10 per door per month. So our 10plex donated $100 a month. Our 20plex donated $200 a month. We ended up scaling that mission out and supporting on a monthly basis about 7 kids to go through organized sport through our real estate portfolio. We took our free meetup, made it paid, charged $10 at the door, donated 100% of the money, and we scaled that from 30 people to 120 people on a monthly basis, supporting 4 kids every single month to go through organized sport. And that's where I realized that we can make a massive change. So that's a quick background on my story, what got me in here. And at the end of the day, we realized that the bigger we went with everything, the more we could give. We need to go big to give big. So that's how Go Big to Give Big was birthed, and why I created it. And one of the things that I hear the most is, well, Randy, I was told not to talk about the giving that I do. Of course, personally, what I do, I keep private. What I give personally, you all don't know anything about. But what I do in my business, I share publicly. And we're going to get into that in a second. Why? But there's a big distinction here. You can still give privately, you can still do your own things on the side, but from your business standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, from bringing awareness to causes you believe in standpoint, we want to start speaking about it. And so this is the main principle here. We're taking capitalism and we're pairing them with philanthropy and we're putting them together. And in the middle, you get Go Big to Give Big. Businesses that are built to make profit and do good, but partner with nonprofits that are out here trying to do the good work in the world. How do we put them together? So the question that I have for you starting this webinar is, do you believe you can have both income and impact? So if you want to open up the chat, I would love to hear, do you believe you can have both income and impact together? Give me a yes, give me a no, give me a why. Put it in the chat. I love seeing stuff. Again, I'm trying to engage with you guys. Nobody wants to sit here and listen to a talking head for 30, 45 minutes. So it's nice to get a little bit of engagement. There we go. Some people saying yes, some people great. Cool. You guys believe you can do it. I'm going to show you how. So in the bottom left quadrant here, we have an unmotivated business. This person makes no money, but makes no impact, right? They're a dying business. They're unmotivated. They're not producing anything. In the top left quadrant, we have a profitable business. This is where 95% of all businesses in the world land. They're there to make money. That is capitalism. We are here to make a lot of money in this world. That's great. We need businesses. That's literally how the world runs. But we also need to make impact. Well, in the bottom right quadrant, we have the nonprofit business. This is where they don't produce any sort of revenue for the world typically, but they make a lot of the impact. They're the ones that are doing the work. They're working with the homeless. They're working with the clean water. They're working with the people in cancer. They're trying to solve the world's problems. Well, why aren't they connected? Why do they have to be separate? Why are they going in different directions? What I want to do, I want to put them together. I want to put Go Big to Give Big businesses where you can make as much money as you want, be the capitalist you want to be, and earn an unlimited amount of money as long as you're making impact along with it. It is a line that doesn't divide us. It brings us together. You can produce as much money as you want. You deserve to make as much money in this world as you believe you do. But you also deserve to make as much impact as you can in this world and serve as many people as you can, because that's where true happiness comes from. That's where service is. So that's where we're trying to shift you today, is from going from the top left quadrant or the bottom right quadrant and bringing you up into the top right quadrant. How do we have it all? So here's some examples of purpose-driven companies. Tom's Shoes. Anybody heard of them before? Give me a yes in the chat if you've heard of Tom's Shoes, or if you own a pair of Tom's Shoes. I was talking to somebody the other day, like, I still wear a pair of Tom's Shoes. And I was like, man, that's amazing. Like, that's cool. Their brand is amazing. You buy a pair of shoes, they gave one away. Take politics out of this, of where they are now. What they started with was an incredible movement. Stella Beer. I've enjoyed a Stella Beer too in my day. Well, I didn't know that I was supporting water.org. It's absolutely incredible. They do missions during their seasons to support, where if you bought a 12-pack, you provided 1 year of clean water for people. That's really cool. Bombas socks. Everyone knows this. When you buy a pair of Bombas, you help homeless people. It's incredible. Buy a pair, give a pair. These are impact-driven companies. I'm watching you guys here. As I say this, people are smiling. These brands make you feel good. They're like, yes, this is cool. I like this. This is a new one I just found, Lind's Chocolate. I didn't know this. They have a buy one or a 1 for 1 where they actually provide meals through Second Harvest. Very cool initiative. My wife loves chocolate. Now she can go buy chocolate all she wants as long as it's doing good. I don't stop her anymore. I said, as long as you buy Lindt, you can buy as much as you want. That's just our donations for the year, and it makes her happy. It's a win-win for me. It's absolutely what I love. What I'm showing you is that doing good can be good for business. It doesn't have to be one or the other. We can have it both. And consumers are telling us this. 89% of consumers say they're more likely to switch to brands that are associated with good causes, give a similar price and quality. 89%. If I could tell you that you could increase the people that want to buy your product by 89%, I would be able to sell it for $1 million overnight. Because it's in a stat on a sheet here and it's around impact that people are nervous of, it makes them step back. It makes them feel nervous. But let's look at those stats further. In the US, 91% of people said they have a positive image of the company. If you're a millennial female or your target audience is millennial females, 95% said they have a more positive image of a company. That is incredible statistics. That's not just a few. That is basically every single millennial female on this planet said they would look at your business in a more positive light if you shared about your impact. 71% of millennials said they're willing to pay more for something. Willing to pay more. Think Tom's shoes. Would you pay a few extra dollars knowing that you are helping? Probably. This is one of my favorite stats. Nearly 80% of consumers are more likely to remember the name of a company, but they're 4.5 times more likely to recommend them. 4.5 times more likely to recommend them if they have impact initiatives. Remember this stat. We're going to talk about it later, and it's become very important for you. Brands that are viewed as making good earn $9 more per customer than their competitors. And this one here is customers grow more loyal to the brand when they believe in it, which is cause, which has an increased lifetime of 85%. Your lifetime value of your customer goes up significantly when you have an impact initiative because they want to keep buying from you. They want to work with you. They become loyal customers, raving fans. Remember this stat as we go through some of the stuff we're going through. So today, one of the things I'm going to start with here is the 4 things we're going to cover. Creating your impact story. So what is the story and why is it important? How do we share it? How do we get the client's impact journey? This is my favorite thing that I'm teaching on now, that this is kind of the first time I've publicly really taught about what the impact journey is for the client. Marketing your impact. On the webinar when you guys signed up, I would say probably 75% of you said you don't know how to market the impact that you already do. I'm going to solve that problem for you today. And then choosing the right business model. Probably 20% of you said, I don't know what business model to pick or how to integrate it. I also am going to solve that for you today and give you a lot of examples. If I were to do all this, would you guys be really happy and satisfied at the end of this 30 minutes that I have with you to show you and make it worth your time? Give me a yes or a emoji or something in the chat. Again, there's some thumbs up. I love it, guys. I appreciate the enthusiasm. Creating your impact story. This is something that I'm really excited about to start teaching more and more of. The 4 pillars of your impact story are the why. Why do you want to give and why do you want to make impact? The second thing we're going to do is we're going to flip your impact switch. The third thing is we're going to see what the long-term effect could be. And the fourth one is talking about the legacy that you can create by doing this. So here's the 4 pillars to your impact story. We're going to start with the why. Why do we want to make an impact? And where did the root desire for this come from? Why do we want to make impact and where did the root desire of this come from? All of you are on this call because you have some story of impact. You want to make some sort of impact. You want to do some sort of good. But you didn't just wake up today and say, hey, you know what? I want to do some sort of good. You know, I went through some traumatic experiences. I volunteered at some places. I had to do some stuff before I start figuring out like, hey, I realized that I actually want to do good in this world. So an example here below is I traveled to a third world country and saw that they didn't have any clean water. And now I want to help provide clean water for people. That's part of your story. I realized it wasn't there. You know, I see Ron on this call who runs a nonprofit around feeding people. I'm sure there's a story somewhere where he saw children that weren't being fed and said, hey, I can solve that problem. I want to help with that cause. I want to be supportive in that space. So what turned you to want to start making impact? This is the root and the heart of everything that you're building. You cannot build an impact-driven business. You cannot market your impact. You cannot brag or not brag, but you can't talk about what you're doing if you don't know why the root is there, because this is where you're actually going to operate from. This is the decision making. This is the marketing. This is the messaging. It all stems from your passion of where it came from. So if you're writing notes down, this is what you want to say. Why do you want to make an impact? And where did the root desire come from? Other examples might be your family's gone through some sort of cancer and you want to go now support cancer causes. You're an athlete and you want to go support children that don't get the ability to do it, right? Where do they come from and what does that mean? The second thing is the impact switch. So cool. Now we know what we're supporting and why we're supporting. We chose to support. I use kids in sports because that's my favorite thing and that's what I normally support. I'm supporting kids in sports because sports gave me leadership skills, team bonding skills, kept me away from drugs and alcohol, and really shaped who I am today. And the fact that there's kids out there that don't get to do sports just because they can't afford it makes me sick. I can't believe that that's something that's stopping kids from having the experience I had. So cool. I've got my why now. Now I need to flip my switch. This is a very simple question and it seems like a no-brainer, but watch what it does for you. What would it mean to you if you could help more of the cause you believe in by just doing more business? What if I could help more kids go through sports by doing the exact thing that I already do today? It seems like a no-brainer. Everyone on this call should be saying, yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. So then the statement below that is, if every time I close a deal, I provide clean water to someone in need, then the more deals I close, the more clean water we provide. That is so rudimentary basic that everybody misses. This is flipping the switch. Once you see this, you can't go back. Now, every single time that you go to do business and you don't attach an impact initiative to it, you're going to say, I probably could have done something with this. I really could have made an impact. I probably could have helped somebody clean some water. I could have helped a kid go through sport. I could have done something. Once you flip this switch, you can't go back. I'm warning you right now. I should have put a big warning on this screen. You can't go make revenue without wanting to make an impact with it because it becomes very simple. I don't have the quote in here, but one of my favorite quotes is, it doesn't matter how much you give, it matters that you give. It matters that you give. And so when we start looking at the impact switch now, cool. Every time I close a deal, I want to make impact. That's just the way the switch goes now. And now there is no greedy capitalist anymore. This is where we get social capitalism. This is where we get impact-driven entrepreneurs. How do I do more good, but also make more money and become a business owner? So we're going to flip that switch now. Boom, done, check. We flipped the switch. You all now want to make more impact by doing the same thing you do every day. If you're a mortgage broker, great. Every mortgage you sell, you got to feed more kids. Done. Now the long-term effect. This is future-proofing this. So think 5 years from now about the impact you would have. Let's use me as an example. I ran a meetup. I helped 4 kids every single month go through sport. There's 12 months. Every single year, I helped just under 50 kids go through organized sports. Over 5 years, that is 250 kids, right? I helped 250 kids over 5 years get an organized sport. What impact is that? Imagine, I don't know what those kids are going to become. Maybe the next one becomes the next Michael Jordan. And you're like, wow, I helped with that. Maybe I just helped those kids with mental health and I just built a stronger youth that has more excitement in the world, that has leadership skills, that's kept away from drugs and alcohol. And I changed that kid's life by a $300 participation into a sport. 250 kids, that's now the number is impressive to me. 50 kids is kind of like, going down to 1 month, 4 kids a month, not that big. 250 kids over 5 years, huge. Now, here's the question I want you to ask yourself. But what if I don't do this? What if I don't do this? In 5 years, I will look back and said, I could have helped 250 kids. How does that make you feel when we flip that switch now and we say, I could have done that? So if you're taking notes, I want you to say, in 5 years, I will have helped X or Y amount of people. And then I want you below it say, and if I don't start now, I will have let those people down. That's as simple as it is, guys. That's what we're trying to do. We're reprogramming ourselves to believe that this is where it goes. So if my company did this regularly for 5 years, we'd provide a lot more clean water and it'd be so proud to share it with everyone. So now we've flipped it to that space. We're excited about it. We're committed to it because we don't want to let them down. but now we're also really proud of it. Now we're like, wow, look at my brand. This is doing really good stuff. That's where we start hitting your legacy. How does this reflect the brand and leadership that you want to display for your organization? I am so proud every single week to get on a call with my team and ask them, what impact are you making? Every single week we do a team meeting, and in that meeting I ask, what is the impact that you made this week? I don't care if they picked up a piece of trash off the street, if they helped a little old lady at the grocery store, whatever it is. I make everybody talking about a moment of impact. And then every time we make impact as an organization, I share it with my team. They are a part of it. They are a part of our movement, and I'm proud of it. It's my legacy. This company does good for the world. So we talk about that. So if we want to make impact, we also, in that space, attract better talent. We're proud of our company, so we want to share them. And our team is really proud of them. That's the leader that I want to be. I don't want to be proud to say, hey, we just made, $10 million this year. That's really cool. I want to say, hey, we just put 700 kids through organized sport because we did so good this year. And that's what we're proud of, is the change we're making in the world. And the revenue is the byproduct because we offer a really good product and do really good stuff in the world. Revenue is the byproduct, impact is the legacy. So that's the core for your story. So you guys are seeing that now. I think you all can understand in the short webinar that I'm teaching you. That's how we add impact into our story now. Great. We're fast tracking. You guys are all on pace. I can see it. There's full engagement. Give me some thumbs up if you're participating and engaged. Amazing. I love that. Thank you all. Now we're going to talk about the client's impact journey. This is where it starts to get fun. And I see some comments coming in of some happy people. I love this. The client's impact journey. Remember earlier when I said the stat was going to be really important to talk about? The 4.5 times more likely you can recommend you to friends or family if you talk about your impact, and 80% more likely to remember the name. I can assure you this, my neighbor got their heat pump done. They had a company show up, Sasquatch heat pumps. For every heat pump, we plant 10 trees into the forest. Incredible organization. Ask me any other heat pump company in town. I can't remember them, just not there. I'll never forget Sasquatch heat pumps. And now it's just like ingrained in me. That's the power of it. That's what we want to do for our brands. We want to separate ourselves. We want to be recommended. We want to be known. So based on the stat, this is the new thing that I'm trying to create, the client impact journey. What we want to do is we want the client to see our impact from social media to our websites, to our newsletters, to when they purchase a product, to following up with them. And that is what creates a raving fan. When we have raving fans, they're 4.5 times more likely to recommend us. That's how we see the growth. That's what happened with Tom's shoes. They started talking about it. They gained some traction. When you bought stuff, they provided you information. Then they started sharing photos of it. And then now all my friends back when Tom's came out were like, wait, you don't have a pair of Toms? Do you not want to help kids? It was like, it just became part of the culture. This is the number one thing that stops people from talking about their impact. For those of you that said on the webinar, the number one thing is that you don't know how to market your impact. This is going to solve your problem. The reason why you likely don't, and I found this through all the different trainings that I've done and people that I've worked with, is that people don't want to sound like a used car salesman. They don't want to. They want to be proud of it. So if we go back to your impact story and we applied your impact story to sharing it on social media, that, hey, I love doing good and supporting children in sports because I believe X, Y, and Z. I'm not saying buy my product because I'm doing good. I'm saying, wow, I love supporting kids and sharing stories of it and saying, hey, this is really cool. Look at the impact that we made. Hey, we just supported one kid to go through organized sport through GoBigtoGiveBig. We're talking about the power of our story, what attracts us. Our team is talking about it. Then somebody sees it on the website and says, I kind of like that. 89% of people kind of go, hey, this is kind of cool. Then they go to your website. On your website, are you talking about your impact? Because if not, somebody's going to say, BS meter through the roof. They're just trying to get me to go to their website by talking about impact. I know that scam. I'm good. When they go to your website, you have to have impact in the top 1/3 of your website so that when somebody goes there and scrolls and sees it, they can validate that what they saw is true. Oh, cool. Randy's talking about this impact thing again. He's validated it. That's great. Bonus points if you create an impact tab at the top. Millennials, from statistics that I know from B1G1, it's a website, b1g1.com. I talked to the founder the other day, and he said that the impact tabs on the top are the most clicked buttons of the majority of their clients' websites. The impact tab at the top is one of the most clicked buttons on the majority of their clients' websites. Crazy. Adding an impact tab. I'm going to show you guys this after. I'm going to go through each of these and what you need to do. Newsletter, really important. They want to see the drip now. So now they've seen it on your website. They somehow get onto your newsletter by webinars, whatever it is. Now they see it in your newsletter. Hey, also, by the way, if you didn't know this, this is the good that we do. Now they're bought in. Now they're like, great. I know that when I buy from Randy, this is true. So they buy from me. Then what happens? They get an automatic note that says, hey, by just buying our product, you did this good for us. That's amazing. Now they've seen it, they bought it, and now they get to feel good. They get to join the impact with us. I follow up a few times a year, sending photos, videos, images, stories, saying, hey, this is the good we're doing. This is the good we're doing. I'm touching base with them, not saying, hey, do you want to buy more? I'm saying, thank you for being part of our mission. This is the impact we made. That creates raving fans. That is where people go out and grow your brand for you. I spent some time here because I think this is one of the most important things that I've developed through all of my consulting is understanding this process. If you only do one of these, people don't believe you. They think it's a scam. You don't feel natural about it. You feel like you're a used car salesman trying to sell something that doesn't exist. But if you do all of these, it becomes a part of your ethos. It becomes a part of your company culture. It becomes a part of your brand. And now that's just who you are. Tom's did a very good job when I studied them. This is a lot of what I saw. Marketing your impact. We're going to go through here quickly and explain a little bit about this. As I just shared with you guys, giving is not what you're selling. Impact is the value add in your marketing, not the whole sales pitch. If you go out guns a-blazing saying, buy my product because we do good, you will not serve people. You need to have a really good product. You need to have a really good sales pitch. You need to be able to do really incredible stuff in the world. And they're going to join you in your mission because they want to support you in your good, right? You have to have the product, you have to have the sales, and you have to have everything ready. And in order to make that work, you have to add value by adding the giving on the outside of it, not the core value. Big distinction here. Write that in your notebooks. Giving is the value add, not the sales pitch. Huge change for people. This is what we don't want to feel like. I do have some funny slides in here, guys, so don't worry. It's not all text. We don't want to feel like a used car salesman. Look at this guy. Cameras out, flashy. Imagine that's talking about your giving. That's what turns so many people off from it. We want to talk like we're business owners, like we're humans, but we want to just relate to our customers around impact in a different way than they've seen before. Some tips for social media, depending on how often you post, this is based on someone that maybe posts every few days. Every 7 to 10 days, make one post about impact. It can be whatever you want. Talking about the good you do, talking about a charity you want to support, talking about something going on in your world around impact. I'm not saying, hey, every time you buy something from us, we give back. I'm talking about just sharing about impact, your impact story. Share content related to your impact story, not just what's donated. Ask the nonprofits to send you stuff. I work with nonprofits and I say, send me photos, videos, stories that I can share on my social media. Yeah, Ron, where can you buy a car for $1,600? I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. You can't even get a Big Mac for that price these days. And then we make the nonprofit or the impact the hero of our story, not just you. That is a big distinction that was made aware to me by a good friend named Ron, who is on this call. And he said, Randy, we need to start making the nonprofits the heroes of the story, not us. I'm not a hero because I choose my business to give back. The nonprofit is the hero because of the work they do. And I'm just here to serve them. My job is to serve that nonprofit with my business, but they're the hero. They're the one doing the work. They're the ones out there doing all the impact in the world. So keep that front of mind. If you're making notes, write down, make the nonprofit the hero of my story. You don't need to be the hero. Here's an example of a post I made. If you want to feel good today, last week, Go Big to Give Big team joined Give a Mile, sponsor a flight. The program is for people who did this. This is how my team bought some happiness. Here's the story. The nonprofit is the hero here. Look at the work they did. Thank you so much. By the generosity, we were able to go see all this work, blah, blah, blah. I alluded to our team on this, but the work was done by Give a Mile. They did everything to facilitate that. It was a little post, got a lot of attention, and my team is really proud of it. Moving to website, I'm going to start speeding through some stuff here, guys. So get your pens sharpened and getting pencils sharpened, and your pens ready to go. This is some good stuff here. So our websites, showcase your impact in the top 1/3 of your website, but make sure it's not over-explained. We want it simple, clean, easy at the front. I don't want a novel of why you want to make impact. We just want to validate. It's just validation. Cool. They saw this elsewhere. They can prove it here. Then you add an Our Impact tab. That's where you share your story. That's where you can go a little bit deeper to it. That's where you can make it happen. That's what we've done here, creating impact and income together, or income and impact together. This is from our website. We're changing this now, but at GoBigtoGiveBig, we proudly make our money matter. For every dollar you invest into working with us, you can confidently know that we're going to be positioning ourselves to make a change in a big way. You can say whatever you want here. You can say, hey, we're proud to support Generosity Feeds because they're an organization we believe in. It doesn't matter. All they're doing is validating. Don't overthink it. Then send them to your impact. Hey, check out our impact page. That's where it is. That's what an impact tab could look like. This is from 10 Tree Clothing. They have a really good site on their impact page. It says, this is as simple as it is. Their impact page is just, here's the impact we've made, and here's some stuff around why we believe in it. So simple and easy. That's all you want for your website. Simple, easy, clean. Newsletter. You want to have the impact every time you write a newsletter that you want to put impact into. I encourage doing it. If you do a weekly newsletter once a month, if you do a monthly newsletter, include it in your once a month. Have it in the top 2/3 of your newsletter. Never make it the last thing you speak about. Understand that? I'm going to show you an example in 1 second. You want to share cool stories of causes you want to support and highlight any volunteering or giving that your team has done. This is not your opportunity to brag and say, buy this product and we'll do good. This is just a value add. Validate, validate, validate. People are just checking you off. Hey, they still are talking about this doing good thing. That's incredible. What you don't want to do is something like this. How does it make you feel when you read all this? And at the very bottom, it says, a portion of proceeds from Silent Night Circuit visits will be donated to the Mustard Seed Food Bank. Afterthought, asterisks, lower things. People are like, I asked probably over a dozen people about this, and every single one said the same thing. Do they even care? Why did they even add it in there? It didn't appeal. They should have had a photo in here if they had put it in their second line, because you are, we want you to join us in Silent Night in our partnership with Mustard Seed Food Bank to help the homeless over the holidays. I would have been like, I'm interested. Let's go. I want to be there. Because at the bottom, I was like, you don't really care about impact. You're just doing it because you have to. The purchase and follow-up, invite the customers to be a part of your impact journey when they're checking out. We want them to be a part of our journey. You're not telling them, you're inviting them. Hey, we want you to be a part of our impact. We want you to feel like you did good with us. We're not the ones doing good. They're the ones that are teaming up with us to do good. We're a partnership with that new client. Make sure they see and feel the impact of the purchase. Don't be afraid to send some photos or website links. And you can do this every quarter to your customers following up. Every quarter, you can send a photo, a video, or a message to your customers saying, this is the good that we did this month because you're a client of ours, right? Here's an example of one of our checkouts. Thank you for choosing Go Big to Give Big. Because you chose to work with us, you are also choosing to support the nonprofit sector. For every 5 projects we do, we donate our services to one of these places. Your project is going to go towards One World, Two Eyes build. So for every 5 clients I get, I change this to the new nonprofit that we're working with. That makes people check that validation box that it's not just a generic thing. It changes as we go. Then we follow up with an email that quickly says, hey, just want to let you know we got your deposit. We're going to reach out this day. Also, remember that just by working with us, you can be proud to know that you are helping One World, Two Eyes. I didn't say you be proud that we helped. It's proud that you are helping One World, Two Eyes. And hey, here's a link to their website. Validate, check, right? All these validation checks, they're now going, wow, this is legit. I worked at this company. I feel really good about it. That creates the raving fan. Raving fans will be loyal to your company and stick around through the ups and downs. That is where we've seen 89 or whatever, 87% of people stay around longer and your lifetime value grows. That's how we create raving fans with marketing. So for those of you that put onto the survey there that you needed support with how to market your brand, that's how you do it. This is what people literally pay me $10,000 to go in and build into their businesses for them, is to build this whole thing, because it is daunting. There's a little bit of work here. And so that's why people pay us, because they want to learn how to do all this work. I'm going to quickly run through a few other little things here, because I just took the surveys that you guys filled out, letting you know that I actually look at those and use them. Some of you want to know, how do you support a charity? Here's a simple example. Choose a bucket of impact. Do you want to help children, cancer, abuse, poverty, sex trafficking, feeding the homeless, whatever it is? Choose a bucket that makes you feel good. Then you have to decide, do you want to support locally, nationally, or internationally? Do you want it to be in your town? Do you want it to be in your country? Or do you want it to be anywhere in the world? And then search that charities that support feeding the homeless in Chicago. That's how you start. I simplify everything, guys. That's what I'm doing. I'm not looking for a home run on my first charity. I'm looking to find ideas. I want to reach out. I'm looking to make a list of 4 or 5. Then key things we look for: a small to medium-sized charity that we can build a relationship with. I'm likely not going to partner with the Red Cross. I'm likely not going to partner with some of the large organizations in the world, cancer research stuff. I can still donate to them, but I'm not going to look for them as a partnership. I want to speak to the ED, the executive director, the founder, or somebody in the business relationships, somebody that's going to understand the conversation. All we're looking for is an honest, true connection. Somebody that really genuinely, when you speak to them, you know that they care about it. It means something to them, and they're in that position because they actually care. Most nonprofits in the space have honest overhead. They're not out here to sucker you. They're not out here paying themselves 70% of any money that comes in to overhead. It's likely, in most cases, people that run nonprofits pay themselves pennies on the dollars compared to what they should be getting, and they're trying to do the best they can. So when you go in and start grilling them about what's your overhead and how much are you spending, you lose a little bit of that relationship. Have some trust with them. Know they're trying to operate the best they can. A few people ask how to choose the right model. 1 for 1 is the most simple one. Tom Shoes, buy one, give one. Every time I do X, I give Y. Very, very simple. Percentage of revenue, right? 10% of all the net profit or proceeds are going to go to something. Very simple. You just need to decide if it's going to be net profit or gross revenue. Big difference. Can make a drastic change on your P&L sheets. Most of the time, I encourage people to go with net profits because it allows them to do it. But if you're confident in what you're building and you do things right, a part of your gross profit is actually a better marketing plan, because then it's very easy to say, we sell something for $100, we donate $10. Time donation. Every time I do X, I give Y. That's what we do. For every one of our consulting stuff, we donate our time. And social or human benefit. I employ X type of people, or I rent, my rental units out to certain people, things like that. So those are some very simple examples. I'm going to show you some examples here of how we do that through our company. We donate $150 for every member of our impact circle to charity. So every 10 people that sign up, we donate $1,500 to charity. 100 people, $15,000, and 200 people, $30,000. Cool. Well, how do I donate $30,000 this year? I put 200 people through our impact circle. Simple, easy, done. 10% from every impact experience we do for a company, we donate. So say we get a $5,000 fee, we donate $500. $10,000, we donate $1,000. Very simple. That's a gross revenue. We make that happen. For every 5 clients we consult, we donate 5 hours to nonprofits. 5 clients in, 5 hours donated. Very easy. We created this thing called a consultation by donation. This is something that everybody should do. If you're not paying attention, you should stop, look at your screen, and pay attention to this. Consultation by donation, a 30-minute consultation for $250 donation to charity. This is a win-win-win. I'm now getting people to book in my calendar. I'm showing them what I do. I'd already want to do this for free, call this a free quote, right? But now we got to build relationship around charity. I can say, hey, make this donation to this charity, and I'll spend 30 minutes with you, no problem at all. They make the donation, they feel good about it, you feel good about it, but it keeps them accountable to showing up to your calls as well. For people that have a lot of no-show rates, this will eliminate that. People that spend money show up to calls. So So that's some examples for those of you that asked in the thing. That's how we do it in our company. Live examples, super simple, easy. That's where we are. So why are we doing this? But why? We want to redefine the way that we build businesses and change the way that we view capitalism, right? That's why you're all on this call. You actually care about this stuff. You don't just want to be a greedy capitalist. You see the way the world's changing. You're part of the world changing. So how do we do that? Through what we're trying to do here. So the question is, do you just want to make money? Who here wants to just make money? I should see no hands at all. If you're raising your hands, I'm kicking you out. Or do you want to create a lasting impact that you are proud of? Who wants to create a lasting impact they're proud of? Now, oh, I'm seeing 2 thumbs up. That's what I'm talking about. So this is the impact that we're proud of. And I want to reiterate, guys, I don't care how much you give. I care that you give. You could literally donate $1 and I'd be proud of you because of the process you put in, because you care. That will start the journey for you, right? So here's a few impact stories we're creating at our company to inspire you of how you can start doing in yours. We've bought some groceries for an orphanage in Mexico. We went down to Mexico, served, bought a bunch of groceries, and did that in space. We've helped move 15,000 pounds of food and feed over 3,000 families through a volunteering event we did at one of our events. We sponsored 2 children in Haiti. This was the byproduct of doing our percentage of revenue. I got paid to go speak at an event. This was one of the sponsors of the event. And I just said, cool, let's just sponsor 2 children in Haiti. Incredible initiative. And my team is involved in everything. We write letters to them. It's absolutely amazing. We sponsored flights with Give a Mile. You guys saw that note earlier. One of the most impactful things I've ever done was use points from my visa to pay for someone's flight over the holidays. Changed my life, changed my team. So powerful. We bought baseball kits for kids. What I'm trying to instill in you guys now, all of these are all different charities. They're all paid for by different products that I have, and they all have different impact initiatives. It's easy for you to go find something and make it happen. None of these things are huge donations. None of them are $10,000 donations. It's literally hundreds of dollars that I'm spending on supporting them. We provided some sex trafficking, some supplies for children that are in sex trafficking, things like that. The reason why I tell you guys that is because I'm filling my happiness bank account by paying the giving tax. I'm filling my happiness bank account by paying the giving tax. I give when I make money. That makes me happy. This, tying back to my story, was that I was missing when I was trying to build my first business. When I was purely on greed, I wasn't paying the giving tax and I was not happy. As soon as I started paying the giving tax, my happiness meter went through the roof and life changed for me. That's why I wanted you guys to see the impact that we're making. Imagine you have all those stories that we have as a company. That is what drives us to operate and show up every single day. And my good friend Nick Cooney said this, I couldn't imagine having the ability to do something greater than yourself and never acting on it. You all on this call have the ability to do something magical with your business. And if you don't take that action, I want you to think about how you would feel on the other end of that. You all have the ability to do something great, and I couldn't imagine not acting on it. And that's from my friend Nick Cooney. He is a for-purpose company feeding over 1,000 kids a day. 1,000 kids a day through his pool company. Absolutely insane. And one of the biggest things that I've heard from people, and I experienced myself, there's a quote here from Jim Rohn. Anybody a Jim Rohn fan? One of the best motivational speakers on the planet. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So I want you to audit your time. If you take this and you go talk to people in your life that don't understand impact and giving, they're going to say, you know what, Lydia, this is crazy. It's a scam. You're just doing this for marketing. Why would you make this happen? It doesn't make sense. You're just giving money away. If you go and hang out with 5 people that are in this space that talk about it all the time, they're going to say, you know what, Lydia, we believe in you. I don't care how much you give. I care that you give. You want to come volunteer with us? Let's go make an impact together. What a difference your circles make when we speak about this. So I'm here to encourage all of you to get around people that speak and talk this language so that it can become ingrained in you, that you're accepted in where it is, and that is not a foreign concept for you. When you are around this, and the easiest way to think of this is, if you go out with your friends and 5 people get a drink, are you going to be the 6th? Likely. If you go out with your friends and 5 people are working out and head home early in the morning because they don't want to drink and they want to work out, you're likely going to be the 6th. So if you want to be an impact entrepreneur, if you want to do more good and you want to give more in this world, get around the people that are doing it. And so the number one question I get asked is, where do you find them? This isn't a sales pitch. This is just to let you guys know, if you're interested, we do have a community. I created this community because I needed to be around more people. I couldn't find them. I was stuck around people that were bragging about their houses and their cars. So if you're interested, we created the Impact Circle, and it is all about networking. It's all about training. It's all about having people come in and speak and teach and do what they do. We're starting to run some live events. We just got a call this morning about our first potential real impact experience where we're going to be going to, North Dakota? No, maybe that's wrong. Ron, do you know where that next one is on October 5th? It's going to be in North Virginia, maybe North Virginia. So we have an event coming up in North Virginia where we're going to be doing some impact work and things like that. We're also bringing some nonprofits in. We've got training series. Like, this is just a space for you to hang out with 5 other people. If this is something that you want to chat about, there's no sign up now. You can book a call with me. That's my booking link for anyone that wants to chat. I just put it in the chat. I don't even care if you can afford it or not. If this is something that excites you, I want to get you around people. Book a call with me. There's no sales pitch. There's no nothing. I just love helping people and I love making it happen. I have the prices on the bottom so that you guys don't think that I'm trying to tease you or scam you into something. It's just, if you want it, it's there for you. If not, book a call with me and let's just have a chat. Let's see how I can help get you involved around. Who knows this band? Tony Robbins. Any Tony Robbins fan? Anybody been to a Tony Robbins event? It is, you talk about influence. When you are there, you play all out and you do everything. That's how we live our life here at Go Big to Give Big and what we're creating. We believe that the secret to living is giving. You do it if you don't have it, and I promise you scarcity will leave your life forever. Saying I don't have money or I don't have time to give is the most scarce thing that you can say. You are speaking into existence that you don't have it. But if you give and you make impact, even when you have nothing, that is an abundant mindset. And what happens in abundance? Amazing things, growth, and exponential. So that's why I preach, I don't care if you give $1 or $100 or $10,000. I care that you give. So remember, guys, the bigger that you go, the bigger you give, the more happiness you can buy yourselves. I want to hear from all of you. I'm trying to build a movement that is going to change the world. That is what we are on a mission here. We want giving to be a non-negotiable. I need to learn from people what trainings they want, what they want to hear, where they're at in their journey, what the struggles are. Do they want to be a part of communities? Do they want to go to live events? How do I make giving a non-negotiable in all your lives so you don't show up to my webinars every week going, I wish I could do this. I wish I could do this. And how do we make it so that you do get to do it? I want to hear from you. So my email is right there. It's for my team so they can answer it, but just team@gobigtogiveBig.com. Let me know. Did you enjoy the webinar? How did it feel? What are you struggling with? How can we serve you more? If you like the webinar, we want to do probably 2 of these a month, training, just free serving. This is all today was literally just serving you with information. And if you haven't yet, book a call with me. It's literally a 25-minute exploratory call. I just want to learn from you. I want to hear what you've got going on, see how we can support you, and see how we can help. With that, that's all I have for you guys today. So 48 minutes, somewhat on time. So I was hoping for 45. I love taking the last few minutes of these calls to just hear some takeaways, some aha moments, something that excited you, anything in that space. So if you go to the bottom and you click on raise hand, you go to react and then you can click raise hand. Would love for you to share. Feel free to just unmute yourself and share, but I want to hear a takeaway, something you're going to implement. Any questions? I'll consult you right now for a few minutes. I'm just here to serve for the next 7 minutes for whatever you guys want. Yeah, go ahead, Pam.
Yeah, I was interested in hearing more about, Randy, your focus on when an organization is already a nonprofit and doing that work, joining,
Yeah. So next month, I'm running a whole series for nonprofits on how do nonprofits connect with business owners. And we're actually launching a program which is going to train nonprofits how to partner with businesses. Because one of the complaints I get from business owners is I take these ideas, Randy, and I call the nonprofit and I say, hey, send me some photos, send me some videos. I want to share your message. And they have no clue what I'm saying. I was like, I get it. So like, what nonprofits have you worked with and trained that we can work with that already know exactly what we're doing? So that's what the next part is wanting to build that training to start training nonprofits to realize they are the marketing machines that for-profits need. That's how we're starting to pair them together is nonprofits have the stories, video, and as you saw in all my stuff, I need the stories. I need the videos. If I'm putting it out on my newsletters, if I'm putting it on my social media, I want to partner. You guys will see a bunch of stuff coming out from the Replenish Foundation or Generosity Feeds over the next few months on my stuff. We just partnered with them. We're doing some cool stuff. I need them to send me photos, videos, marketing materials. And so we're working on all that to continue to push up. So that's what we're doing with nonprofits to make it better. And that's what we're doing in the impact circle is I'm vetting all these nonprofits and bringing them into the impact circle. So it's all vetted nonprofits and all trained business owners that are going to become like an online dating program.
Great, thank you. And is our nonprofits welcome to just participate, or is there any kind of entree or vetting or?
Yeah, so to be a part of our training programs, there'll be a vetting process and a financial commitment to come in. That's kind of how we vet a little bit. And then they'll go through the training program, then they'll get brought into the impact circle that way.
Okay, thank you. And you'll be coming out with, you'll email people that are on here and?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll be
you.
asking all of you for any nonprofits that you think you want to work with that could benefit from learning about this experience. I'm on this mission to help you guys. And if you have nonprofits in your circles that you can refer me, that we can support, we're going to just try and make as many businesses as we can work with them to help the nonprofits. That's what this world's all about.
Thank you.
Cool. Any other questions, concerns, comments? Did anyone like today? Was today boring? Did you all just turn your screens off and check out? Somebody unmute themselves and tell me their favorite thing about the presentation. One person. Yeah, go ahead, Lydia.
One of the things that I really got from this, because I've heard like your work and stuff before, but is how to take it, like make it part of your business, but expand it into the community, for example. Like I just wrote down a business idea and I'm like, oh my goodness, this could be something that I love to do and something that my son, it's around gardening, for example. That we could take that into the community, and that would be like a really fun thing to do.
That's
while helping educate and working with the charity also at the same time.
Beautiful. And what a way to get inside your community, meet people, grow, network. Absolutely incredible. So yes, Lydia, that's perfect. I see Krista, you said that giving is the value add, not the sales pitch. Absolutely. That's one of my favorite things in the world that we established and how we got there. So anybody else want to share quickly before I close it out? Going once, going twice.
I think the big thing for me, Randy, was just a reminder that I need to be fully embedding the story of the nonprofits I partner with into my communication in business. It's just a great reminder.
Yeah, that's it.
To doing
right. Start to finish. That's where people want to see it. They want to feel it. They want to trust it. So amazing, guys. Well, I've got all your emails. I'm going to send you out a replay. I'm going to send you out some documents. We are running a little bit different training in 2 weeks. I'll send you all an invite to that webinar if you want to jump on that one. It'll be just going a little bit different direction, but same type of stuff. And if you haven't yet, like I said, feel free to book a call with me in the exploratory, even if I can just help you in your business a little bit. 20 minutes of my time is my thank you for coming on and listening to my webinar and giving me some feedback of where your struggles were in this space. So I'm here to serve. I'm here to help. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you on another webinar soon or inside of one of our communities. Thank you all.